Yeah, it's unlabeled carnival.
Gotcha.
We still hadn't figured out any of that illusionary BS, and we were lining up for the big top? Question mark?
No, that was like an hour before we ended the session.
Holy shit!
We did the big top. We finalized all that. We went over. We got the lovely lady to get the voice back, and we brought the voice back.
Yep.
To Mr. Duder, and then we had a nice conversation there. He's under a geas basically to where he can't really talk about what's the stuff in the carnival. The only two people that I can guess that would be able to talk about it would be Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Oh, right.
Which means we have to get in their good graces. Right that we have not gone through so far would be...
You driving out evil spirits?
Yeah, no, that was a crazy noise.
Sounds like you're stirring a shake.
I was trying to stir my yerba mate because I forgot that you're supposed to shake it before you open it. But
So, yes,
I'm like,
evil spirit.
but I'm. Whenever I open a or have a can, I don't want to shake it because I immediately think it's carbonated.
I totally get it. Yep. It's just the noise was so
Giving off the
staff full of chimes. I imagine the Shinto shrine. It's like wow.
Yeah, it sounded to me like you were doing, throwing the bones and then shaking the rattle.
Seriously,
things we have left to do.
Says anything for my comfort about being.
I'm so sorry to derail that, Watts. It just took me.
No, you're good. No, it was very much the banishing of evil spirits. I appreciate it. Okay, so places we've not gone is the tiny huts. I believe we haven't done the bubbles. We have not gone to the mermaid. We have not gone to the carousel.
What mermaid? Oh,
the carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just did.
We've also not gone to.
Right?
We just did the dragonflies because that's how we got a hold of the kinku that stole the bro man's voice.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Kettle Steam.
I remember Kettle Steam.
Right.
Is that like a cakewalk over there?
I will update you on the last 5 minutes when you're done recounting what's left.
Okay. So we have not done the Circle of Stones. They're in the top circle. We have not done a carousel in the top circle. What appears to be like a pie eating contest area.
Yeah,
we've yet to go into cake. Well, it looks more like a pie than a cake.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
So, but it might be
definitely
a cake. I don't know.
Yeah.
And what you're calling a mermaid, you're hinting at like the Venus-esque oyster and pearl over there, right?
Right. There might also be swan gondolas over there that we could play with. I don't know.
Swan, you might say.
Swan
gondolas. Pearls before swine and all that.
Nuts. Got 'em.
But I'm ching.
We should take the bubble ride across.
What?
Absolutely.
That was the wrong button.
Welcome back. So things, but that's what I can tell that's still left to possibly
do for tonight.
Yeah.
Because there will be other stuff the next night.
Also, it is hour 5 of 8 presently. The crowning of the Witchlight Monarch happens at 8.
At 8, yeah.
Right. So we still have 3 more hours to wander through things.
Right. But we have to choose our time carefully, otherwise we'll squander it.
How many stamps do we have on our tickets?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think.
Okay.
Is one required to get into the final thing?
You will get a final thing when you visit the Big Top the last time.
So if
you do nothing but go to attractions, you can get all your punches.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that's what you're asking, right?
Yeah. So that's what I was looking to do, was get all the punches.
Yeah.
We need to get all the punches. We also need to check out the last few rides, which I'm Like I said, we have where we're next to the tiny huts, because I don't remember us going through that attraction.
That's true. You did not visit the tiny huts. You did look at them when you were in the garden next to them, though.
What were the last 5 minutes of our stream, O Dungeon?
See, that is an important question.
I need context.
I noticed that none of you brought up a thing that I considered kind of important, so I thought maybe I would give you a freebie in the refresher.
Are you talking about our meeting with the camp counselors at this nice little get together?
Well, you did meet Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and they did tell you some stuff. After which you went looking for Kettlesteam, who you found after a chase through the Dragonfly ride.
Well, yeah.
And she confided in you that she was a warlock who had a pact with the lady that rules a Fey realm, and that she has lost her connection to her patron, who has not been in any kind of contact other than a sort of like basic feeling that she knows that she's still alive. And without her power, she cannot visit the Fey realm wherein her patron resides. However, she knows that somewhere in the Witchlight Carnival, as she was guided by a fellow warlock who is also in a pact with this fairy lord, that there is a way into that realm here in the carnival, in the Hall of Mirrors.
But he can't tell her.
And that there is a phrase that must be spoken to open the mirror.
Oh.
She thought that she needed the mime Candlefoot's voice because she thought there was like a voice print equivalent, right? She thought it had to like be his voice to open the gate. But Candlefoot, when his voice was returned, confirmed for you that that is not the case. Anybody who speaks the phrase can open the mirror and enter the realm.
I remember this.
Also, he confides that even though he cannot, because of his own pacts that he has formed and his loyalty to his masters, speak that phrase, but he says he has already told it to you. Which you may remember, he pantomimed a sequence to you. Which you then put to the pieces together at the very end of the session, and now possess the phrase necessary to open the mirror.
What is it, though?
And that is where we left.
Fuck, I don't remember what it is, though.
It was hither and thither, or this way, and that way.
Right, hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't forget that after I learned it. All right. Even though in real life I totally did.
Yeah, you lost that because you were not sober at the time, sir.
I was going to say, you can blame alcohol for that.
Dropping my water.
Well, what's your character's int score?
My character's int score is 12.
Yeah, you'd have remembered that.
That's what I said, probably, yeah. Actually, I'm a not very superpowered character. My strength is a 17 and my charisma is a 16. And other than that, I'm all 13s, 12s, and 11s. So I'm rather strong and
above average, yeah.
Sure, but otherwise, really just rather strong and pretty hot, or at least persuasive, you know?
Sure. Those are your stats. But like in all of your other stats, you're also above average, right? Yeah. So you're actually kind of
average is 13. Isn't average 13?
No, average is literally 10.
Yeah.
Anything above 10 is heroic.
Oh, well, I guess I'm a fucking hero.
Well, plus 0 is really. Would it be better to say anything that is beyond +0 is, above average?
Because I guess in 5e that's true.
Oh, is that how that works?
I learned the whole +10 is standard human in 3, I think. So I never really think about it that way. But
no, but even in third edition, that's not what I'm getting. Even in third edition, 10 and 11 are still +0. So
yeah, I guess that's true. I just
a 10 and 11 is the difference between a 5 and a 6.
Right.
Sure. But yeah, I always thought
You're like judging
hot heroic until you got to 13 with regard to, but that's 2E speaking through me. Remember, I've been playing this game since I was 7. And that was a long time ago.
For me, it's like the deficiencies are strength and constitution, but if I need to be a gorilla, I can be a gorilla and then just have, a shit ton of strength.
Right.
Yeah.
You just form up and then you're good to go.
I'm relatively strong and relatively charismatic, but that's correct because I'm technically a paladin, and that's what
you said that there were gorillas in that forest.
He could be both.
I said gorilla. You said gorilla.
He said gorilla.
Gorilla?
Captain Ron's a fun movie.
I really like that film. I agree. All right. So my point was that was literally where the session ended. Bum, bum, bum. You have the passphrase.
Right. Shit, guys.
Right.
You have.
So I guess we're going to the mirror maze here, coming up here in a moment.
Right. Which,
that's a thing that you guys have to decide you're going to do if you're going to do it.
Right.
So
I turn over away forever before we get back. Like, does that mean we're going to be somewhere else and not get back in time for the 8th hour, event?
Possible. My question for our mime friend: do you have anything that you use on the mirror to let you through, as if it is bound to you, or is it disabled?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering if there was a key item of some sort, because magic powers.
Just the words.
Okay.
Is it guarded and patrolled on the other side?
He smiles a little bit and he says, "That depends on where you come out."
What if we fuck up the passphrase, passphrase,
Is
Are
it
we
a
a darker
wandering
style?
door?
like Barata Nikto necktie, Barato
Right.
Platu necktie.
Candlefoot shakes his head and he says, "No, it's the nature of the space."
Diagonally. That's all going to be good.
Yeah.
Well,
hold hands. Wait, he's implying we might come out in different places. Do we have to hold hands?
No. You'll come through together.
Yeah. Ultimately, though, so we figured out the passphrase and everything for our Kenku friend. Are we just going to shake hands with them there and, maybe ask for some
Kenku go through the door.
Oh yeah. So
is my punk rock.
Why do we want to go through the door? Like, we got an interesting bit of knowledge here. Like
we could gain patronage to get more money and power.
Yeah, this could very well be our leveling montage right here.
Dealing. I'm already undead, guys. Making deals with the Fae.
I
think that puts you in perfect position, right?
Yeah. How many
what are they going to do?
Of reality are we going to find?
There's a lot that the Fae could do with somebody who's undead. Don't you?
I died. Yo, didn't we all die before we died? You
know what? I would be okay if I was turned into an int.
No.
Yes, sir. We've already been died and recreated. Well, it's a thing.
You can just use that classic line from Monty Python when they, ask if you died. You say, "I got better."
Yep, exactly.
I did get better. But for real, likewise with the Kenku, what's in it for us to help you out with your patron? It seems like you were cut off.
Yeah, Kettle seems sort of cocks her head sideways, looks at you with one eye.
What'd you do to get cut off?
Calculatingly, and she says, "I did nothing. As for what you have to gain,
ethically,
I would imagine that the Lord of a Fey realm's favor would be useful."
Absolutely would be useful, but
yeah, seems like it to me.
What if we annoy that Fae by mentioning you? What can you provide that's outside of your patrons good wishes?
As I understand it, Kettle has done no wrong with their patron. The issue is that there has been an interference between the realms that's made it where the patron hasn't been able to communicate. Kettle explained this last time.
No,
Which-
absolutely did. I understand.
Oh,
It's
wait.
still.
Question. Kettle, how long has it been since you've last communed with your patron?
Don't get it either. Okay.
She
Sorry.
pokes at her feathered arm in thought for a moment. And, again, in a chorus of sampled voices, she says, perhaps a few weeks, a month or two, maybe.
Interesting. Alignment occurs.
No, to help establish reconnection, and I am even more so willing to help establish reconnection now that I know that you've potentially done no wrong, and you are like assured that you've done no wrong to your patron. I'm skeptical also of the Fae. They are
A fickle sort.
a fickle sort, right? You haven't been in contact for a month. Bringing you up might be a sore topic in the very least interim, even if they are happy to try to reestablish connection after the confusion has been uplifted. But I'm wondering what you have to help us help you.
He again sort of picks at the feathers of one arm. When she finally brings her head back up to regard you, in her beaks is one of her feathers, which she takes in hand and she hands it to you. And she says, if there ever comes a time where you find yourself in need of being elsewhere, say my name, break the stem of this quill, and make a circle with your hand. If you do, you will be brought to me.
Oh shit.
Deal.
On the circle, must it be clock or counterclock? And I do the motion.
Right. Yeah. She looks at you like she's suddenly talking shop, and she says, either, actually. It's the concept of the shape itself that matters.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because details like that matter and that sort of thing, because Jubilee connecting, and you understand.
Absolutely, she says. She says the symbology here is that the circle is a connection from you to me and back.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, because I don't want to end up in the... Yeah. Okay. Do we wish to approach the deal and try to go through tonight? Do we wish to...
I'm settled.
So
whether
you wish to do this
are
tonight?
not. Yeah, whether you are or not,
I've been working towards this myself because I feel this is a great advantage.
Yeah.
But
though I would be
my only
sad
concern,
to
though,
miss
is
the crowning of the Witchlight.
There is that. I also do not wish to make an enemy of Mr. Light or Mr. Witch.
I mean,
for what it's worth, I can't speak to the dispositions of Mr. White or Mr. White or Mr. Lich. No, that's wrong. That's bad.
Oh, Walter White and a Lich. That's actually a really good combination.
Revelation.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, but no, like their dispositions are theirs. You don't know them well enough to even make a determination there. But they do crown a Witchlight Monarch every night of the carnival, so you don't have to go tonight.
That's fair, but my concern is if we go through the door without their permission, since it is a door on their property, would it be okay? I'm directing this question towards our mime friend, because I'm guessing we're still next to him.
Yeah, I assume you guys haven't left his little stoop where he's punching tickets. So,
well, I mean, we're here.
Yeah. He shakes his head and he says, well, they don't actually own the carnival, so technically it's not theirs.
if we did this without their permission, would it gain their ire? Neither strikes me the sort that I wish to gain as an enemy.
I think as long as you didn't jeopardize the carnival, they wouldn't much care. They don't particularly enjoy that place.
I think they just want to turn that wheel.
Hmm.
You know, like I kind of draw out the outline of the weird staff with the twirly bit.
Yeah, with the vein in it. Yeah, the weather vein thing.
Honestly, I think this is adventure in their carnival, which means that we're having fun, which means that their vein is still blowing, which means that they'll still be happy. We've also like dropped a shit ton of gold on this place, so as long as we're not like
the gobblers at the carnival think you guys are fucking dope, no question.
Right, Pimp Squad. No. Let these guys come through. Exactly.
I'm all for it. Let's do this side quest.
Okay, I'm up for it. What about you two?
Yeah.
I'm hopping for it. Let's go.
That might be my future wife if we have to stay in this place afterward.
I think Watson or Thalian should be responsible for the black feather. So I'll keep a note in my my note.
I'll hold on to it. I made a note on the notes thing about the kettle steam feather.
I'm too. I made a note too. I in reality am too flighty to be put in care of a magic item that gives us a one-time flee. One of my main strategies is like run away and then turn around really quickly and then smack the guy in the head and then run away and then turn around really quickly and smack the guy in the head.
Wait, what? Sorry, I was reading something.
I was saying I'm too flighty to be put in responsibility over a magic item that can, give us a one-time flee away from anything. One of my main strategies, as an example, is run away, turn around really quickly and try to smack the guy in the head, then run away.
Right.
It's actually super effective in not only video games, but Japanese Civil War tactics.
Gotcha.
You run away from a group of people that are attacking you down a straight alleyway, and then you turn around quickly to like slash and dash, and then you run away.
I get you.
The day I learned.
Sorry, I'm talking to my dog.
Okay. So your plan then is to go to the mirror and speak the word.
Yes.
Evolution.
Batu Verata.
That's a different word.
Okay. Well, you step up to the mirror. You speak the rhyme: hither, tither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where. And the whole like lighting of the scene instantly changes from sort of like, dim funhouse mirror lights to like almost no lights at all. Just enough light to see that pouring out of the mirror is a thick white fog. Soon, all of the mirrors are blotted out. You can't even see your reflections in them. And the mirror in front of you has become effectively a cube of white, smoky fog.
So I turn around to the group, sort of moving forward and then walking backward as I'm saying, maybe we should have asked if there was a password to get back, and then I fall through the cube.
Right on.
Boom, boom, boom.
What are the rest of you going to do?
Onward
Did he
through.
disappear or did he go, like, what happened to him?
Well, what
happened?
What do you mean? What happened to him? He disappeared into a cube of fog.
Yeah.
Oh, he did vanish. He vanished, huh?
Right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
kind of nudge
All right, well, in
Kettles.
that case, I guess it's pretty obvious what we're doing. At that point, I just kind of shuffle dance right up into the cube and just go. Boom.
I kind
Guess we're
of
Here we go.
nudge
Can't tie again.
Kettles team along with us and make sure that they actually go through.
Kettle's team?
Yeah.
Calcium can't go through the door, I thought.
Yeah, Kettle's team can't go through the door.
Nope.
No.
They would just brick off of it.
They seem to contact it as if it's still a solid mirror if you try to push them through it.
They don't
We'll
see
go
the
through.
fog.
The door's closed to them.
Okay.
Right.
Well, then
It's a contract thing. As I understand it, Kettle's has said that they cannot go to Fae because their lord has not called them.
Okay. Well, I guess I would bid them farewell. For them to stay safe because we might need to make a quick exit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, what does the fog smell like?
It's just sort of damp.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit like maybe like a little shitty. You know, like dank, like not just wet, but like dank.
So like skunk, like maybe weed.
We're talking like swamp,
no, more like
skank.
yeah,
We're talking sewer
yeah,
skank.
exactly.
Like
More
sulfur
like swamp
farts.
skank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damp forest. Check.
Okay. Sulfur farts. Indeed. All right.
Decomposition.
Is there a new image we should be switching to?
One moment. I am preparing some material.
I am preparing some materials. Always a good sign. That means the story's progressing.
Indeed.
Turns out you were right. The side quest is really our means to becoming super powerful. It's just like that one sort of arc in Naruto where they went to the spirit realm and were taught by, spirit animals, and what was like a year's worth of training was really like just a week. And then Naruto had to come back for a big old battle, but they didn't know if he was going to be back.
And the frog eyes.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I read that.
Right. And he had the frog eyes.
Well, that's because the spirit animal was the toad sages.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to the time compression room in DBZ.
Yeah. So my character didn't say it, but he's absolutely aware of it. You do realize that as cool as that is, even in anime, the fairy realm goes faster than the normal realm, not the other way around. So the world's going to be fucked when we get back here, unless the carnival itself is maybe, in sync or something.
So we can spend 2 years here, and it's only been maybe an hour out there.
No. I'm telling you that even in
it
anime,
might be the opposite.
The fairy realm has always been a place that goes by faster. It explains the long life of everybody. It's not slower in their realm. It's that everything is faster. An hour in the Fey realm is like hours, maybe even days in the mortal realm.
Yeah, in old myth, it's years, literally years. It's you fall asleep in a fairy ring, wake up in the realm. If you eat a snack, you stay. And
it's also one of the reasons why when you go inside a lord's keep or into the Fey realm, you have to have them swear. I can't remember which appropriate, that they will put you out the same time that you went in, and to the same place.
May I have your name?
Hmm.
Whose name?
Okay, that's an answer. That's an answer. May I have your name?
Which name?
My name.
Your name.
Which one?
How shall I call you?
Who?
You.
Who?
You.
You.
Repetition.
No,
May
you
I
is how
have-
you can call me.
may I have your name?
No, but you can call me you.
Oh, good. Then I shall call you you.
Oh, we could go down this rabbit hole even further, but okay.
I'm pretty good at it.
Storyteller, spin us a story. Where are we at in this cap adventure?
Yeah, I am all set up, but for one thing, I need to get the party token, and I don't remember where I put it. So 1 second.
A token
Name
for
checks
the party.
Right? Name checks out. It's
If
my
I'm
party
not
token. I misplaced my
mistaken-
party token. I woke up this morning with a bad hangover, and my party token was missing again.
It's
I want to say the Gallagher City has this party token.
This happens all the time. You see,
let's
it's
see.
detachable.
That's not it. Calendar.
Ooh, that's pretty sick. Aside from the AI lettering, I'm gonna cut that off and use that. I love that shit. I'm gonna put that on a fucking sweatshirt.
Nope, not there.
That does not.
I know I made a party token.
Okay, so I don't know about on
Wait a
your
minute.
end, but on my end, there's an actual token button that is on my character sheet. So maybe there's one for the party character sheet.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping, but it turns out that there's not. I think I just literally had it sitting around though. So hold on. Those are all from the other campaign. Fuck it, I'll use that party one.
Yeah, you would use the one from the Strahd campaign.
Yep, that's what I did. All right. Okay, cool. And I could put this over here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then I can share this map.
Oh, I see it's up there.
All right, you should see yourself sort of kind of in the lower, the southwestern corner area, give or take.
Yeah,
On the bridge.
The art is interesting.
Yeah. All right. No,
This is an interesting map.
Yeah, it is. We might be able to find some cool mushrooms here.
Okay. You stand at the edge of a raised and... Oh, wait a minute. Before I do this, who was last through the portal?
That would be me.
Okay. As you were going through the portal, Kettlesteam looks back at you and sort of like peeps as if she just remembered something, and she says, "Remember the rule of 3, past, present, and future." And then you fall through the door and she disappears.
Oh,
Okay, as soon as I come through the door, okay, red letter news flash, guys. Kettlesteam just said this. And I repeat it verbatim.
Future, present, past is what she said. Yep.
oh, future. Okay, future, present, past. Uh-huh.
So the mirrors were speaking the truth where we were. Oh boy. Right?
Fantastic.
Now then, you stand at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. Twilight, nice, right?
Yeah, well
The
done.
causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape. Large sections of it have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. The fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs, and singing birds.
Scale in miles. It's the Fey realm. Of course, they'd use the Imperial system.
Sure. The highway is about 20 feet across, and it's about 100 feet up. So you're not going to just jump off the side and wallow in the mud.
I mean, it depends on how thick that mud is. I might just right? And take up all the
Fair. I mean, yeah, 100 feet's a pretty big fall, though. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're right. I like the little Jory in the right hand corner of the map. I wonder who that'll be. Jory is probably going to meet it. Spoilers. The map art has.
He does kind of look like a stone. He does kind of look like a stone rabbit over there.
What? Who, me? What?
No. Look in the bottom right hand corner of the map. If we're lucky, we might meet somebody of your kind. That we got a little bit of a spoiler.
Oh, I see.
In the map art, it might just be map art. It could just be a
marginalia. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have it.
Do I like? Can I see out over in the distance? Do I literally see a mountain with feet, Baba Yaga style?
I did the wrong thing with that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yolo's gonna say it again, guys. This is some Elden Ring shit.
It's Hither.
All right.
We are now Hither. I see what's going on now.
I'll walk to the edge, and I'll take a long, hard
gravity
look.
Dude, I like gravity dudes.
Taking a look for a safe way down, as well as anything that really stands out to me.
Maybe we can summon that hot air balloon somehow.
I'm just doing forward
more
rolls.
of an embellishment. There's no such balloon in the sky at present.
And honestly, that balloon looks like it's in the ground at best.
Guys, you gotta practice for the new meta. Forward rolls. Somersault.
Gotta do the flying
Dodge roll.
No. We're doing dodge rolls. Like this is Elden Ring now.
I get you.
Would it be perception to look around and see if I see things on the map?
Can I cancel my animations without?
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to get detailed looks at things, perception will absolutely work. I mean, if you kind of want to know in general what you're looking at, you can just ask too.
Okay. Basically, I'm looking hither and yon, but basically to the left and right of this bridge.
We're not in yon. We're in hither.
Well, just hither and yon is.
Hither, tither, and yon are the three realms of Prismere. So,
exactly. Well, we're in hither, so we cannot look tither or yon. We are only.
Well, we don't know what's to the left of us.
Or titherward, right?
Man. Anyways, I would like to look to the left and right of the bridge, seeing if there is a safe way down, as well as possible dangers, landmarks, things that we can work towards.
Oh, we should probably head north to the big castle, and I point off into the distance where clouds are probably smoking and moving around a Miyazaki-esque castle.
Right.
Well, there's also this nearby tower.
That is fair.
The tower is
sort of Zelda castle, vibe, Hyrule Castle vibe.
Yeah, the tower is probably important too. I mean, I would guess, just out of my natural curiosity, if this was a single player like game, and I'm sharing this with the party, that I would go to the tower first, expecting that some kind of key or quest item or specific knowledge about why I can't exactly make it to the big castle all the way over there
would become evident when you.
The obvious thing for me, at least from what I can tell at the moment, that fog bank is way too thick.
Well, and also,
can you all roll perception for me?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, we're having this conversation, getting a real good look at the place. So,
wow, I'm blind as.
I'm just happy that roll happened on my character sheet, and for some reason that didn't count inside of the box. Maybe I'll get one more chance to roll something. That's a little bit.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. All of you saw things that I didn't.
My first one was a 2, I'll be honest. That one right there is way better than a 2.
There are a few things you notice. If you look out over the sides of the bridge, causeway, I guess is what we were calling it. But if you look onto the sides, you can see that at the pillars, at the supports, there are a series of niches, handholds carved into them so that you could climb your way down if you wanted to.
Okay.
Another thing that you notice, speaking of that balloon, is while you're talking, you actually do see one of those balloons come careening out of the absolutely impenetrable fog to your left, to the west.
A careening balloon is hilarious, by the way.
Did you say it's
Yeah,
careening,
bottom,
like
basket swinging like a pendulum, like it's
Holy
obviously
shit,
being
okay.
pushed around by a wind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A careening balloon, right? It's careening, really?
Right. Yeah, and actually, as it flies overhead, it swings to a point where you can actually see the top of the balloon in bottom position. At which point the basket falls into the balloon and punches a hole in it, turning it inside out, and it plummets into the swamp to the
They're gonna die, my friends. They're gonna die.
to the where?
to the east.
Yep.
Basically, where that one is on the map. Might as well, since it's there. Say.
Yeah. This is like, well, you know what? Because I'm saying this is like Elden Ring shit, guys. And because I suggested that we go to the tower, I'm going to say that this event, and I put up quotations. If we're going to do some Demon Lord talk here, is pointing that we explore in that direction, and I point towards where the tower is and where the basket just fell.
Oh, you want to go salvage corpses?
Well, we can go either salvage the corpses. I'm really actually more interested in the tower because I think it'll hold, like I said, maybe some contextual information about the castle in the distance.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like think for a second, Jory. You're a map designer and you're designing the adventure here. The tower is where we spawned closest towards, and we just saw a basket fall in that direction.
I hear it. Let's go. Let's just not take a balloon, though.
Oh, absolutely not. We're gonna use one of these.
Not that balloon.
Yeah, we're gonna use one of these. Maybe. Oh, Jesus! Wow, that was loud. We're gonna use one of these.
Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna use one of these handout things, or
to climb down safely rather than trying to use your climbing gear or whatever.
Yeah. Before I do that, though, like I might be dead, but what is the how does the water look down there? Like
Scummy.
It's scummy. It looks all swampy and mushy to me.
Yeah, but it's got that like Florida swamp where it's got, this sort of like scum layer of algae on the top,
There could be alligators.
There's
in
like
that.
big scent of like intolerance and hatred.
Yep. Right now, at least the water is relatively low. So what you actually see more of than water, though, is like, green coated slimy mud.
Well, is there any solid ground that's obviously solid that I can see?
Not really. There's like a big tree stump to the northeast of you that does seem to like rise out of the swamp. Like it seems to be built on more solid ground. Like maybe it's the top of a hill, but that's the closest you've got. Other than on one mountain, but it's hard to call that steady ground considering that it's got feet.
Yeah. I'm gonna make towards that high ground that I saw then, and then we can.
That's way to the north. That's miles away.
That stump right over there, all the way over there. So you're saying everything is fucking bad around here.
It's muck. Yeah, mire. Yep, exactly.
And mire. Interesting. What do I have in my fucking pouch here? I have 50 feet of hemp rope.
I'm gonna eat a pixie tart.
Pixie tart?
Okay. Remind me, which one is the pixie tart?
It was
That's
one
the
of
snowfall one, isn't it?
It was one of the snacks from one of the things.
Yeah, but I was asking if you. I was asking specifically if you remembered what effect it had.
No.
Okay.
All mine says is powdered candy in a little cup.
Got it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have a few. I have a blue frosted cupcake. I have a sugar glazed mushroom. I have a few things that are curious, but I don't know what they do.
Any of you guys have like wood on you?
Yeah,
Make some
I've got
wood.
a whole bunch of that. The branches of wood from that one tree.
But the shit that's actually valuable. No, I was thinking
Yeah.
of making some like big flat water shoes or something like that to walk around. Do those mushrooms look like
Does
they
anyone
could,
have a drop of
take a weight?
mercury?
A drop of mercury? No.
No.
Mm,
Why? What would you need that for?
Tensor's floating disc.
Oh, you've got a spell focus though. That should just do it.
It will hold all
Material
of
looks.
us.
No, but I could float people down to one of the shroom tops.
Oh, that works.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like some of those mushrooms are growing out of the central pillars of this place.
To clarify the rule, if the component that you require doesn't quote cost, i.e., powdered silver worth 100 gold pieces, then it's covered by your spell focus or by a component pouch.
Noted. Thank you, sir.
Wait. Okay. No.
Oh, by the way, Neuro, for eating your pixie cake, you could roll 1d4 and recover that many hit points, but I don't think that's really relevant to you.
I don't think I've taken any damage.
Yeah. You get a pretty good sugar rush off of it, though.
Well, let's see. What could I do to help things out? If we know how deep this is, I could just turn into a horse and slog through it with you guys on my back.
Well, we're trying to get down first, not so you would need to turn on like a gorilla or something, or a pterodactyl.
Well, there's effectively a ladder at each pillar that you can just climb down.
I'm just going to climb down. That's not the issue. It's we need to figure out how deep this stuff is, stick a pole in it or something here, and if it's relatively walkable, I can turn into something that should be able to traverse this. Not going to be a water breather or a swimmer, but
we see like any animals about.
By the way, the very first thing you noticed, I'm sorry that I didn't bring this up, is that the doorway is gone behind you.
Oh yeah, I figured.
And we all assumed that it was already gone without you
Exactly.
saying.
We all knew that.
Do we see like any animals on this muck that might give us a hint of its depth?
You don't see anything scurrying around from where you're at, but you can certainly hear sounds of birds, probably some kind of rodent rustling around. You haven't seen any reptiles, but I mean, if the water was deep enough in places, you're certain that this is the kind of terrain they would love,
I'm just gonna hike my smoking jacket up to take off my trousers.
Which what animal was that? I
tie them around my neck and climb down.
I didn't quite catch that.
What was that?
I didn't quite catch everything you said there. Could you repeat it, please?
Yeah, no problem. I said you don't actually see anything from where you guys are on top of the causeway, but you can hear birds and you can hear rustling through the woody shrubs and stuff that poke out of the mud. And even though you can't see them here, I mean, well enough that like if the water is deep enough in some of these ponds, you're very likely to find something like an alligator.
Okay.
Yeah,
at least on Earth, right?
Right.
I'm folding up the hems of my coat and stuff under my belt, and taking off my pants, tying it around my neck, and boots. Boots are meant to be, they're meant for walking.
Okay. No. I got this.
I see what you did there.
So
No,
a
you gotta
normal,
climb down.
well, yeah, to climb down, we'll climb down. But how we're gonna cross this? A normal Boer goat, the largest of the goats, is an average of 78 centimeters. But as a large goat, I would imagine we could maybe double that and call it, 1.5, 1.6 meters or so. Now that's a big goat. And so I think that's the form I'm going to take to get us across.
Okay.
Are you just sticking with the Elden Ring shit? I say climb down.
So we'll climb down,
Okay.
and then I'll probably get in that form for everybody to hop on.
Yeah, you climb down to
Oh,
the bottom and you see these mushroom shelves, right? And they're big. Some of them are like literally 10, 15 feet in diameter, right?
I want to test the sturdiness of one. Yeah.
They take your weight. No problem. Some of them are sort of spongy and new. Some of them are curled and dried around the edges and are perhaps not as yielding.
Durable?
Right, exactly. But generally speaking, you can pick your way across them pretty well. They all sit across the muck, just like everywhere else. And they basically are about, like 3 or 4 feet above it at present.
Is it a kombucha? Is it a giant booch?
No, it's not. They're definitely anchored to the causeway.
Does it seem like any that have broken off float and would be able to hold weight on their own?
Potentially. I mean, if they're solid enough.
I want to inspect the shit out of these mushrooms. Is that survival or perception?
Probably survival.
Bam. I get down real close, right up inside its folds.
Yeah. As you look at them, you realize that they're not actually anchored onto the causeway like you thought they were. They seem to have formed around it and actually sit on stalks that are embedded further down into the muck, almost like shiitakes,
I guess I'll skip
You
the
mean like
wild
throwing
shape
out
then.
the actual like substrate of the bridge?
Right.
Probably just holding on to it as a means to get higher. These fruiting bodies are for spreading spores out. Most of the mushroom complex is underneath us, if they're like anything in mushrooms on Earth.
Right. There'd be like a big mycelial mat just beneath the muck.
Yep. Very interesting, though. I wonder if it's edible. Try to find some samples, guys.
It's not going to work for you. You can eat anything and not die, right?
Can I just use my wizard spellbook to reference guide it and be able to answer that question?
You should definitely.
You can check
his work too.
Yeah, it is a life's work investigation into mushrooms.
If it's not there, you should definitely continue on it too. It would become an artifact.
Be a good addition.
I have a +1 nature. I can do my nature.
What type roll should that be for me to check my book?
That's probably something.
I don't know shit. Sorry, my nature is about real worlds, not this fantasy.
But like because you have the book, you would basically roll with advantage. So probably like investigation maybe.
Okay.
Maybe Arcana.
Yeah.
Arcana probably would work too.
Yeah, Arcana. Throw in the Arcana with advantage.
Advantage. Booyah.
Gadoosh.
Yeah, okay. They're called Zabilna's Steps. Apparently, they have a woody flavor.
Nice. I'm gonna collect some.
Absolutely. Let's a good woody flavor. Oh. There any other special notes about it besides being woody flavored?
That they're generally better sautéed than steamed.
Good to know.
Good advice.
That's a lot of food in that case, you guys.
Medulla? Like
We're not gonna
medulla
stop you.
oblongata?
No, Zabilna's steps.
Zabilna. Wow, I totally fudged that. Zabilna. Yeah. Mushroom. In my
Island
dirty
is so weird. Sorry, I'm shopping
So-
for a backpack, and it's Anyway, sorry, derailment.
So we're does it seem like then we would be able to use a larger one as a raft?
Yeah, probably. There isn't enough like standing water where you're at right now for that to be particularly useful, though.
Oh, okay. So it's mucky, but it's not like
Yeah,
untraversable.
I'll test it. I'll test it, guys. That's why I took off.
Yeah, y'all want to throw insight for me really quick?
I'll do that first. Yeah, that's wise. Good idea. The reason why I took off my pants.
Oh my god, you guys.
All right. The reason why I took off my pants.
Motherfuck, what?
Well, I took off my pants. I'm wearing my boots. I'm testing the waters, guys. Don't worry.
I think that's exactly it. I think
I find a
your
step.
pants off, and I'm like, what? Oh, I have no
I
insight
find
at
a
all.
step right that's close to the mat, and like I get down kind of close, turn around. Right, I'm doing this carefully. Right, like most of my body's leaning over towards the mushroom, and I kind of like try to slide off of it.
Okay. Into the muck.
Or on it. I don't know how hard it is.
Yeah. As lightly as you possibly can, I would imagine.
Exactly.
Okay, first things first. Phalian, I did not get an insight roll from you.
Oh, I clicked it, I thought.
That's got to go in the chat rail. Yeah.
I clicked it in the thing, so whatever.
Oh, thank God. So, Phalian, it occurs to you that the area is way too wet for the amount of water you've seen.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be mucking about here. You should be like standing on, a plain, right? Like a grassy, like not a wetland, right?
Gotcha. So it shouldn't be like this. But it's all flooded right now.
Well, it's not flooded. That's the weird part. Like, it's super wet as if it was flooded, but it's not flooded.
Huh.
Okay. Iolo. As your feet hit the muck for a minute, it seems as if it might, hold, you sink like an inch or two into it. But like the second you like make to step and you put a little extra weight on one foot over the other, it sinks an additional like 9 inches, basically to mid calf.
That ain't so bad.
Yeah. And you realize, foot stuck in the mud aside, that's probably as deep as it's going to go for someone of your weight, but you don't actually feel as if you're at the bottom of the muck.
Oh God. Okay, I take my foot out of that fucking shit and stand back up on the mushroom. And I'm like, yep, guys, that's a no go.
That giant goat time?
Yeah, don't.
Does he need to roll to see if he
no.
can get his shoe out?
I'll give it to him. I thought about it actually, but no, I'll give it to him.
I don't know if a giant goat's gonna do it. We're gonna need like a turtle, a giant turtle with a surface area.
Can't do a turtle. Giant goat's gonna be pretty damn big though. It's gonna be.
Can you do a hippo? Hippos are buoyant. Hippos will float.
That's probably
what's the
above
CR
my
on a
pay
hippo?
grade there.
Can you do a baby hippo? Those are still big and buoyant.
No, I don't think I can make a younger version of something that has a higher CR.
Right, yeah. It
You
doesn't work that way,
got,
sadly.
let's see, a giant fire beetle, but I don't think that's going to be able to do good. It's not a
Yeah, wrong kind of legs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as it has a big stomach, like it could fold them in, and then we could paddle our way. I have a javelin that I could use as a.
Yeah, it's not wet enough to use as a waterway.
No, we need it more as a sled, is what I'm thinking as a sled.
Yeah, I was going to say if you had something that could tow your mushroom along or something similar, then you might be all right.
Oh, I was just gonna try to push it, ish, with.
Yeah, it's a little
You're gonna
too.
treat it like a gondola.
No.
Yeah, the mud.
I mean,
the mud's a
it's too
little too
muddy
thick for that. Yeah, the mud's almost like clay. You know.
Oh yeah. So I should be able to do like a stick and pull kind of thing at great effort.
With a lot of effort. Yeah.
Would a giant
Or a really
badger
long
be
pole
able
or
to?
Yeah.
Would a
Doesn't
giant
seem-
badger
Yeah,
be
you
able
could
to come
probably
do the
wallow
thing?
your. You could probably wallow your way through as a giant badger.
Okay, because they have it's a speed 30 and a burrow of 10, so
Yeah.
yeah,
How
they can
deep is
they
the
can
water?
get through muck.
Badger?
Now
What was that?
it's only a medium though, so this would have to be for like a towing setup.
Wait. Okay. How about this? Going back to something similar to the hippo thing, a manatee. Same deal
No,
as
I can't do a swimmer.
You can't do a
I
swimmer.
can't do a swimmer for another level.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Swimming is a thing.
Is the thing.
Unknown. At least 9 inches.
And it didn't feel. Yeah, it didn't feel like the
9
bottom.
inches
No,
is nothing.
it didn't feel like the bottom, dude.
9 inches is
That's
not
just
It didn't.
right.
Feel
But
like
9
the
inches
bottom.
is where his weight distributed out. It isn't necessarily the bottom of the muck.
Yeah.
Huh.
Can you do a turtle? Can you do like a
No, turtles are swimmers.
what? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Can you do a tortoise?
How
No, I don't have a
about
tortoise.
a newt? How about a newt? A newt.
Newt's
Newt's
not gonna be
small.
able to
Kinda
carry
small.
us.
A water puppy.
Yeah, too small.
It's not going to be able to carry us.
A giant axolotl.
Nope, it's a
I
swimmer.
think that's too high a CR.
Yeah, that's a swimmer. And likewise, it has its lungs on the outside of its body. I wouldn't want to do that to Phalian.
Oh, how about a giant Chinese newt? The big. You know what I'm talking about, right?
You
The big one.
got badger, fire beetle, goat, hyena, rat,
Oh,
spider,
big goat, biggest goat,
giant
biggest
weasel,
goat.
giant wolf spider. That's
Oh wait,
Are you-
giant weasel. Giant weasel.
Crocodile?
Yeah.
No, giant weasel.
How big is the giant weasel?
I'm
I
actually
don't
thinking
believe
about-
it's big. It's only medium.
Can you just do a normal
Yeah.
croc? A normal gator?
No,
I've
it's a
seen
swimmer.
literally 6 people sit on
Oh,
a gator.
sorry.
Yeah,
They
good.
swim.
Yeah, he can't do anything that swims. Yeah.
The best
Even
two
if
I've
He
got.
can't even.
He can't
Yeah,
even
he
do a
can't
beaver.
even like a
Let's
mud
abandon this
skipper.
line
He
of
don't do
reasoning
it.
then.
The best two
Good
you've probably
God.
got are the war horse and the giant goat. The giant
Yeah, the
goat
war
is going to
horse-
be bigger than the war horse.
Right. Also
go.
better suited, better feet for that.
Yeah.
I see it.
I guess its weight will distribute better on the muck, I suppose.
They'll be able to carry all three easily.
Right. Cloven hooves will give him better purchase than straight hooves too.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to go for it, it's you sinking in as a goat.
It's fine. If I have to change shapes to get out of it, it'll put me in the next closest safe place.
I don't want a reliving of Artax.
No. I've got ways to deal with it. Don't worry.
Some of us are wearing the Orin, man.
All right.
I'm of 3 minds.
I'm
No,
changing.
the only reason Atreyu didn't die is because he wasn't because he was wearing the Orin.
Yeah, I know.
I'm changing to the goat. Grab onto the cape.
You're a goat with a cape
Yeah, his clothes transform with him. That was the part of their special magic.
into a cape.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got a hat and cape that will
Goat,
always
goat.
transform with me.
He's wearing a hat.
All
It's
right.
so
Yeah.
cute.
I put my pants back on.
That's fair.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
What? I wear a loincloth underneath my clothes.
Fair enough, but still.
Like a proper barbarian.
Right. I have underwear. God.
All right, let's see if I can do this.
No nude models in the system anyway, so.
What?
Do I hop around with my cock and balls out? Come on now.
I can't hire a hooker.
I didn't say you couldn't hire a hooker.
I carry the
said there are no
system.
nude models.
I carry the system. If I hire a hooker, will I get a sex scene with tits?
Yes, you will get
No.
a sex scene with tits. Yes.
That's a nude model.
That's a semi-nude model.
I guess
Oh,
it would
God
actually
damn
be
it.
over there.
It didn't actually say that it's
Yeah.
that they would be out of. Never mind. Anyways,
Oh no,
Right.
you're right.
Exactly. Think
It's
World of
just-
Warcraft, right?
Oh.
American version of Necron. You know?
As we
What?
move,
Not even the German?
No, dude, you remember we had to actually download the patch like from a pirate site in order to like patch up our American version so we could see the titties.
Yep.
As-
All 4 polygons of them.
Right.
as we
Exactly.
move approximately eastward here, I'm going to be looking for a good place to ford the river.
Yeah, no problem. Even for your goat, this is difficult terrain. Like it's a slog.
Oh, I expect that.
Yeah. But that said, you seem to move unhindered. It takes a while. Each of these, I don't know if you can actually see that there are hexes on the map, but each of the hexes on the map is a 1 mile hex. So
Bloody
from where you are to the river is 1.5 miles. You know.
Yeah. And I'm guessing the river has to have some amount of like raised dirt that's kind of solid, otherwise it wouldn't be able to hold a river there.
Right. Well, the river's a low point. Yeah, there is a channel that sort of like meanders its way through the swamp there. You're totally correct.
I kind of want to go
As you
towards
approach,
the.
Go ahead.
I was just like, could we head towards where the balloon is? Because, well,
Yeah.
free shinies is shinies.
I guess, yeah. I do also want to
I
head
mean,
to
that's
the tower.
And we might
Yeah.
be able to also help those people. And, well, an ally here is not a bad thing.
Did we see any people on that balloon? It could just be a
it was too high up for you to see. So as you approach where the river, I guess we'll call it, is, because it is pretty broad, you begin to notice that the terrain sort of like steps down to the level of the riverbanks, where it then sharply goes down another like 5 or 10 feet. And at each of the steps that you find, there's like little tiny waterfalls, as you know, excess water from the mud drains to the next lowest level. The river itself is sort of like really slow, desultory flow from north to south, give or take, you know. It's wide in some places, narrower in others, but generally, you know, it's basically a gulch river.
Desultory makes it sounds kind of, just a little bit sexy.
It's honestly not the kind of river you would expect to find in a swamp, in that, you know, you don't have like your typical mangroves or tree stands, or, you know, any of the sort of like typical swamp features you would expect in a permanent waterway location.
Kind of smells like lavender and amber.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe vanilla.
Kind of testing the depth of it. Is it pretty deep? Is it something where I can, you know, kind of walk across it with my head up real high?
Yeah, so it's about chest deep for your goat form. So you could definitely wade across, and the flow isn't bad. Like, you wouldn't want to like go swimming in it, because eventually you'd tire out and the river would just take you. But like, as far as like getting from one side to the other, you have plenty of stamina. Like, you should be fine.
Okay, then that's the plan, is just take it slow and steady and do my best to use goat powers to not slip.
I will totally ride the goat.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you make your way across. You're all getting wet. There's no way around that. Just FYI. Even if it's only like up to the knees of your riders, you're getting wet.
Yeah, I give them the opportunity. I kind of pantomime like kicking one's shoes off, and give them the opportunity to remove their shoes if they'd like.
I just sit like crisscross applesauce, like, or on my knees on his back, like a Scythian.
Gotcha, like you're riding an elephant or something.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Exactly.
Well, it's entirely my intention to do the anime barbarian thing if I ever get a chance to.
Gotcha. Yeah, all right. In that case, you're probably fine, actually. You'll still get splashed, but like as far as like getting inundated goes, you're probably fine. Yeah, so you make it across most of the river without any incident. You do notice that floating down the river towards you is a decidedly crocodile-shaped log, probably about 100 feet off. It's not moving fast enough that you won't make it out of the river before it arrives, but like it doesn't even take a perception roll. You're all like, yeah, that's the fucking crocodile. Obviously,
I see that crocodile.
Exactly.
It's a crocodile, you guys. 1111, make a wish.
Yeah, there does look like there's something on it. Maybe like a bird or something. You can't tell from here, but.
All right. So, do we do a thing that I would like really want to do if this was like, let's say, the 1600s and I was an imperialist Englishman going out on like a hunt in the middle of the,
Don't throw a rock at the bird.
I'm not going to throw a rock at the bird. No, I wanted to throw a javelin at the gator.
Oh man!
I was building up a picture there. We're in impetuous lands. We're in impetuous lands, and we're
there's a game called Unknown Explorers. Do you know how many times you throwing that spear has killed you in that game? I've watched you do it.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Okay. All right. No, good point.
It is a fair cop.
Like, we don't even have like the local guide and the other things that you could sacrifice to maybe beat the gator.
No, we're just the heroes, man.
You were the heroes in that game, bro, and you got ate alive. The gator had good eats that night.
Good point. I just, I don't need any of like a boot or anything like that. It's just, you read too many comic books and ideas like that go through your head.
You're not wrong. I'm just
sure. Fair enough.
I'm sorry. Like, there's not enough D6s on the board, bro. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, have you ever wondered what crocodile tastes like?
Chicken.
I was gonna say, I have some idea what crocodile tastes like. I think I've actually eaten alligator more than once at this point. But every time, animals. No, I know, but I'm sure they're very similar in flavor. Probably. I'm sure.
Good point.
Also, I've eaten snake, and I've not only eaten snake in the form of like, hey man, you want some roadside snake jerky treats? But you probably had some the one time we were at Battlemore, right? And I was part of security detail, and someone was like, "There's a rattlesnake on this widely populated trail, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Hey. Someone go over there and kill that snake. But when you do, deliver the corpse to Kergalen Camp and don't know what to do with it." And by the time I got back, it was already cooked and already like 75% consumed.
I bet also it tastes like chicken because ultimately birds and lizards are related via ancestors. So.
Well, and snake tastes like I hate to just
not actually.
So yeah, I was gonna say I hate to be cliche and say it tastes like chicken because it does, but it doesn't. It tastes like frog. Frog doesn't taste like chicken either. It tastes like white meat structured pond thing. Like it feels like chicken. It has a chicken-like texture.
Yeah, pond thing.
Right, but it has the.
It's
it
also
has an
super greasy.
It just
So-
tastes like pond. It has a pondy sort of flavor to it, even though it has a texture
We're
like
not
chicken.
eating
Hey,
the crocodile.
80 feet. The thing on the crocodile looks like it might be a bag, something in white cloth.
Oh. See, now we have a reason to throw the javelin at the crocodile, guys. Anybody gonna vote against it? You want to prepare?
Are you going to stay in the river, or are you going to throw it from the side? What's your plan?
That's why
It's like maybe you don't have buy-in because people think it's super reckless, but you actually have, an idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we honestly don't have solid ground here. Like, do we want to get to the other side of the river before we try this? Like, attacking an alligator in its environment is dumb.
I agree.
You guys have like magic missile.
I got some spells I can throw at it. 'Tis true.
I mean, there's a bag on it. I mean, this is the Fey realm. We could always ask the alligator to give it to us, maybe.
That's fair.
Hey, you a talking gator?
You call up the river to it.
Yeah.
There is no response.
Well, there we go. I look at my javelin, sort of hefting it a bit. What do you guys think?
Oh,
You're the one who wanted to, explore the crash site.
yep, you're not wrong. Prepare the volleys, I say, good gents.
All right. Jory, are you ready?
Oh, I was dead ready, man.
I was dead ready. That doesn't sound good.
I'm gonna throw.
Okay, pulling up the combat tracker. I can't target the alligator crocodile.
No, I can't.
Yeah, hold on. I have to find a useful map for this.
I'm gonna miss.
It's cool. I'm ignoring your rolls right now, anyway.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Please do. I appreciate a DM who ignores rolls like that.
He just
Where
knows how
are
to
my
control the
maps?
flow of the game, if you know what I mean.
Where are my maps?
Probably should have
There
thrown
are
my
my-
dagger, apparently.
Wow.
I'm glad somebody got that. I appreciate that. I don't have a good map for this. I feel terrible.
Where do I go from fucking here?
It's not you, it's the tools, isn't it?
We're gonna do you.
No, I didn't think ahead of time to
Take
prepare
one
a
that's
map.
not good for it and draw 2 blue lines for it for where the water's at.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
fill
thinking.
it in with a little rickety thing. I'm gonna go grab a Klondike bar. I'll be right back while you do that.
I
Good
too will
What'd you
grab
do
a
for
dessert of some sort.
I
I also am gonna grab a
right here. This is my cat.
Well, that's not bad. All right, you know what? I'm going to use this one. All right. Now, where is my crocodile? Oh, wait, that's not going to work. I got to do this right. God damn it.
Fucking fool, fuck off. Would you like a comment?
Man, that's a big ass gator. Okie dokie. Now, where's the party? Party's right here, buddy.
Hey,
And I got my kitten. Damn. Oh, holy shit. What the fuck is happening? All of this shit is happening.
Oh, those are all of your automatic effects.
Oh.
There's a plugin I have that just applies them to your character automatically when we go into combat.
Fantastic.
All right, then.
Wow, I forgot I have an
I'm
advantage.
going to
to
put
that
you
thing.
guys over here.
Do we have a new map,
And
or are you just?
yeah, I haven't shown you the map yet, but I do because I want to do a thing before I show it to you. To go to paint.
Holy fuck, man! I went a little hog on the AI channel there, but may I direct those that have access to the AI channel right now? Some of this shit is sick.
Okay, now I can exit drawing mode.
I'm gonna put some of this shit on
share
skateboards,
the map with
and I'm gonna put DOP logos on them and make DOP a logo.
Oh,
Some punk rock.
Like it isn't already, dude. No, her eyes are wrong. Do variations, please.
is it anti?
why did it not share the map with you guys? What's going on here?
What do you, oh, that map. I'm looking at a map.
There we go.
We're going upscale 3.
Ooh, yeah. Interesting.
Okay, the green arrows is the actual river in this location, or the green lines, I mean.
That is a big crocodile.
No lie.
But I'm going to move it up here at the start. Oh, here, let me open the visibility of the
All right, I'm back.
shrubbery that is in the water. Okay, there we go. Okay, crocodile goes first. Crocodile lazily floats. Right there. Okay, you can now clearly see what is on the back of the gigantic crocodile, which you now realize is literally gigantic. Huge, I think, is the technical term. It is not. It is not, in fact, a bag, but it is, in fact, a child, a little girl in a white cotton dress that is remarkably free of muck and grime. She is lazily sleeping on the back of the crocodile without an apparent care in the world.
That really like alive.
It seems
Is
to
that
be.
a lure?
No, she turned over once.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a girl.
this world's version of Toth.
Okay. I would use prestidigitation, and I would make sure she could clearly hear me say hello. Are you okay?
Okay. You do. She sort of blinks, rubs her eyes, and she sits up. She looks at you all, and she smiles and waves like a little girl. And she says, "I'm fine."
Are you and your friend just traveling downstream?
She says, "I guess."
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess we shouldn't bother you then.
She shrugs.
Well, if you're okay and safe, we won't do anything. I just want to check to make sure you're okay, because, well, it is a really big crocodile. Seems really friendly, though.
She says, "Well, to me at least. To all the kids, really."
That's awesome.
Right.
Should we?
As a goat, I bleed out. Boo 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 boo.
maybe we should back off if she's actually okay.
She appears for all the world to be fine.
Okay. As much as I wanted to throw a javelin at a crocodile, I don't want to throw a javelin at a giant crocodile with a girl who's perfectly fine on it. That's immensely more frightening just because of the juxtaposition.
Oh, are we going to head in the right direction to get to town?
She looks around and she says, "Kinda," and she points a little bit north and to the east, and she says, "It's kind of that way. It's boring."
Okay.
That's boring. I like this girl.
Where
If
would
were
you
going
go for
somewhere, where would
entertainment?
you go?
Yeah.
She shrugs and she says, "I guess we'll see." And she pats the crocodile as it floats on by.
I guess
Okay.
we'll see.
Have fun.
She
That's-
waves bye.
Wow.
That's typical.
Yep, I love it.
A realm bullshit. Okay.
This is also part of the reason why I didn't want to lob things because, well, this place is this place, man.
I'm ignoring your rules for now. Oh,
At this point, I turn us around and start heading back towards that hot air balloon.
All right. Well, then we will close this map and go back to the other.
Also, while looking up,
What's the
Gator
other one
sounds-
called?
Prismere. No. It's Hither. Hither is what it's called.
Wow.
I don't
shit.
have a header.
Hold on. I just lost it myself.
While looking up gator sounds, I just saw a GIF of crocodiles galloping. Basically,
Nice.
I believe they are short distance sprinters, but
Oh, this reminds me.
Yeah.
Verde, you
players
use
hither.
backpacks, yes?
what?
Player Hither. Yep.
Yep, there we go. You use backpacks quite a bit since you do the skateboarding and camping and all of that. Correct?
I kind of like backpacks. I like sort of like pouches and shit like that too. But yeah.
Well, I'm looking to acquire a good backpack to carry things from home to work and assorted places. And I was wondering if there was a particular brand that you would recommend in a direct message.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Just give me a second, and then I can do something for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Of course.
Sorry for the derailment.
No,
No.
I'm going in the right direction. Hopefully.
I was hoping to find a backpack that could embody my fandom for a couple things, and it's failing horribly.
Just too small, too light.
It doesn't say the manufacturer of them, so I don't know. Like, I can't do like quality check, etc.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I like one that's themed around a particular game title that's coming up. But
Just wasn't a quality backpack.
it's. I'll DM you the name because I don't want to do the free promos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
the Dungeon Master's Guide.
The Dungeon
Wow.
Bastards Guide.
Yeah, the Dungeon Bastards Guide.
That's what I thought I heard you say.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've opened this that it's like too big for this screen.
The Dungeon Bastards Guide.
By the way, fellas, we are no longer in the oops, no more absolvers realm. So by all means, bust out your got magic armors, magic weapons, that sort of stuff. That's what we should be ready to build out here.
Oh yes, but also oh no.
Oh yes, but also hope not.
Likewise, I've been hiding my helmet underneath a boar. A boar.
Oh yes, yes you
and-
have.
Now it has wings too. Now it just looks so ridiculous that, you know, if an absolver looked at it funny, they'd just be like, "What?"
Yep. Who's that knit?
It's a boar head with wings on top of a bucket helm.
Yep.
I am definitely the life of a party.
Okay, so what are you guys up to now?
We're going to the balloon crash site.
Okay. It takes you a little while, but you find the wreckage of the balloon. Turned inside out and pulled through itself as it is. The basket is completely flat. There doesn't appear to be a sign of the rider or riders of the balloon, if there was one. But scattered across the muck are a few metal bits and bobs that imply that there was an active, like, burner mechanism that probably got dumped when it inverted itself, and sort of broke apart all over the ground nearby. You'll have to look more closely if you want to learn anything else.
That would be investigation, yes, or perception if it had distance.
Probably investigation at this point.
Yeah, investigation is really what you guys are doing at this point. So
Investigate the shit out of that place. I do not.
Ta-da! I'm gonna do some hopping, some bunny hopping.
I am distracted.
nice. Okay.
I'm the
So-
focus cone.
Or a goat.
Yep. So Watts
Distracted by
and
this, or your goat.
Jory,
Indeed.
you take a look around. There are a bunch of, like, scraps of the balloon sort of flapping lazily over the muck. The material, remarkably, is silk. Not what you might expect from a medieval or fey balloon, but the workmanship is nonetheless also pretty poor. It's scrap patches of silks of various colors sewn together in an almost haphazard way. Like the walls of Machu Picchu. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of irregular but perfectly fit seams.
Neat.
Interesting. Okay.
The basket itself, woven out of what appears to be some sort of bush, bramblewood, maybe even actual wicker. It's hard to tell. You don't find anything in the form of, like, a journal or writing or anything like that. What you do, however, find is a boot barely sticking out above the mud, pointed sort of southeast from where you are, roughly in the direction of the slanty tower.
Oh,
Is it just a boot, or is there a person attached
is
to
it
it?
pointing away? Like, can we? Is it just
It
that
is just a
direction,
boot, as if somebody left it stuck in the mud behind them.
Huh. Oh, so they were
Like they're
walking
running
that way.
towards
They were
the-
walking that way and lost it. They lost it in the mud.
Exactly.
All right.
That's your
well,
take, anyway.
Let us
Yeah.
waylay our trudging wanderer who survived the crash. Perhaps they are in need of help. We are likewise going towards the tower, so it doesn't take us away from anywhere we were going anyway.
This is true. Okay. I would like.
At this point, my wild shape has probably run out of time.
Yeah, for sure. As you make your way to the tower, the ground is very irregular in its consistency. In some places, it's almost a slurry. In other places, it's thick enough that you don't even really worry about sinking into it.
May I roll survival to try to track?
Yeah. I guess survival. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
I want to give him, hold on a second.
I'm holding on for a second.
Tasting the mud.
right.
You pick the boot out. You
Uh,
know,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast guidance and kind of like assist him. Or I guess I have to be proficient to be able to assist.
Throwing some.
Yeah.
leaves
Oh,
up in the air.
I am proficient in survival. Actually, shit, my survival is 6.
Your survival is
I'll-
plus 6.
yeah.
You roll.
Survival is
I'm
sick.
proficient, so I'll help you out. Like, so you're the goat, you're the animal, and doing most of the work. I'm the guy on top.
Well, right now I'm in my normal form.
Oh, okay. I thought I was riding a goat.
No, I mean I could
Go
go
war off. Yep.
I could goat up again,
Go war off.
but I feel like we're able to make progress without needing to worry about that.
I tend to
All right.
reload the bowl when the goat wears off.
Advantage and survive. Ooh,
Ooh, nice.
13
Well-
wasn't bad either, but yeah.
Yeah, thanks to the inconsistency of the terrain, there are places where it's actually very easy for you to find evidence of at least one, though at this point you kind of think there might be 2 people walking. Every once in a while, you catch an impression of a left boot, which shouldn't be the case if your lone wanderer left their left boot behind. So you think there may be 2 people at least, and they're definitely heading towards the tower.
All right, well then it's, I will say at this point, all right guys, I'm going to goat up and we'll see if we can catch up to them. Hop on.
Do it.
I'm gonna try to recover his boot.
Oh, out of the mud?
Yeah, I figure you would have done that, or one of us. I would have been in my form, so at the very least, I would have done it if you guys did.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, if you really want to roll, that's probably a DC like 5 strength check.
Oh no, I'm sure it'd be no challenge. Like if it's not in deeper than where Verde steps down, he could literally just kind of step his
barely
foot
made it.
underneath it and
Yeah, right. Just
pop it up.
This is
Yeah.
tough, you guys. This is tough. Rabbits shouldn't be slogging in mud. Just saying.
We're
Bad for
gonna
fur.
return it to the guy. Apparently, he wasn't able to pick it up, or she. Looking at the boot, I don't know.
You think it might be a dude? It's hard to say.
I don't know, man. I'm a connoisseur of feet. I'm joking.
No, I mean, I don't know if it's a whole new world, brother.
Not
If that
my
wants
feet,
to be
dude.
your thing, go
Not my
for it.
feet.
Oh, feet are fucking weird.
Rabbit feet are giant, dude.
Yeah.
Not my feet.
No, literally a thought I've had one time just being stoned is like feet are like bound in broken hands.
Yeah, I know. Like, yes. I mean, a monkey would tell you that, right? What's wrong with your feet?
Greater ape,
What?
thank you very much.
Well, fair enough. What have you done to your hands? Your second hands.
Yep, right, right.
Your other hands. What'd you do with your other hands?
They
How do you
use a different set of tools.
They're for
Yeah.
walking on. They're for walking on, dude. You don't get it.
And running long distance.
Sure enough, right?
Actually,
Why you gotta do that? Why don't you just chill in the trees?
There were no more trees. It was a really long time ago.
All
Big
right.
drought.
So,
Yeah, that's pretty sick what I just did there.
got the boot, got the goat. We're on the way. We're following as
Das
best as
Boot.
possible.
Fill the boot up with alcohol. Start drinking.
Am
out of
I
it.
able to see them in the distance at least as a goat? As the big goat?
Maybe. It's hard to say. So there are a couple of different things that seem to obscure you ever really making them out for sure. Part of it is that the mist sort of like rises and falls through this weird terrain all the fucking time. Part of it is that you always catch like them in shadow or silhouette, right? So it's always like, a lump. But you do think that you're hot on the trail of 2 people walking side by side.
Do I have at least any relative assessment based on the size of the boot and everything of like what their height is?
You would guess average human. I don't know. The boot's a little wide, actually, so maybe like a big dude.
Okay. Maybe human, maybe dwarf on the taller side.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, or like maybe even like a half orc. A
Yeah.
half orc, a dork. Like
Yeah. I had one of those. How's Gorkus?
Totally. Yeah. So as you get closer, you can kind of see this tower is like Leaning Tower of Pisa style, sort of like falling into the swamp. Monty Python style. But it's almost like the vines that are festooning it are doing the pulling, like the almost like kudzu tearing a building apart.
Does the base look like it's overturned, or does it look like it was intentionally built at an angle?
No, it looks like it's turning in the muck. By the tension, by the tension of the vine pulling on the top of the tower.
Like that?
Now, I wonder if you cut those, is it going to go back in the right way, or what would happen?
Or has it been compensating for so long that if you cut them now, it'll just like fling off in the opposite direction?
You would guess at this point that it would just teeter and fall over, but the fact that it stands at all is kind of remarkable. The vines, I mean, calling them kudzu is probably not accurate, like that, because they're really more like a thorn bush, like a thick bramble that sort of like drapes itself across the bottom of this thing. But it definitely feels like it's the thing pulling the tower into the muck.
Honestly, I'm waiting for one of these days when we go to a realm here in the plains that has the physics of a valve engine. I will suddenly become a god. Just bunny hopping everywhere.
I'm sure we would have asked. I don't remember what the answer was. What was the name of what is the name Kittlestein's patron?
Zabilna.
Zabilna. Okay. It is.
So how do we get up upon this tower? Must we climb these brambles like Jack? Stock.
Are you all still astride? Are you guys all still the goat?
Yeah. They didn't actually hear me say that. Whatever I said.
That's why. Okay. Yeah. So as you approach, the brambles start probably about 30 feet away from the base. Maybe even like 50 feet. But as you approach the brambles, you realize that they're basically impenetrably thick the further in you go. So it feels like your choices are figure out a way to hack your way through, somehow go above it, or perhaps find a way to teleport to the entrance to this tower.
Where was our tracking able to kind of leave us off? Were we able to pretty much follow them like until they got to the tower, or was there a spot where
the track peters off basically right where you guys are standing right now? Maybe 5 feet away from the bramble's edge. The bramble, for what it's worth, does not seem, Triffid like animate. Like it's obviously alive, but it's not.
Right. It's just a plant.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything keeping us from like trying to climb up on it?
Only that it's thick, black, thorny, shrubbery. So it'll tear your ass up the longer you do it.
That's probably not even dense enough for us to like really like walk on top of it.
Not where you're at right now. You'd have to figure out how to get up in enough where it was thick enough to do that.
Okay, so
don't want to go attacking through it. So what were you thinking, Watts?
Okay, so are we like going off of the drawing on the picture that we're looking at, it looks like the like this used to be up higher, and like part of it's tilted backwards. Are we close to where it's tilted backwards, or are we more towards the front that's mainly going to be vines?
You're kind of on the side of it right now. So, like, actually, here, let me move you. Like, you're basically like right there.
Okay.
Okay.
I kind of want to go more northward because it looks like since it's teeter-totter like it is, there should be more of a path up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would be trying to get us that way. That's what I was thinking as well.
Okay. It seems to be just as bad. Like, basically, 12 feet in, it becomes so thick that you really can't get through it without like literally hacking at it or some other, burning it, something like that.
I'm getting Wizard Humphrey vibes from this place. We
I
gotta
know, right?
complete
fine.
some kind of
I feel
challenge
similarly.
to
I feel
get
similarly.
in.
Hmm.
Well, is that like a survival role? Is that what you're telling me? If we want to check out these vines, maybe see if there's any way we can get through or around them safely. I mean, you're a giant goat. Goats are meant to eat this kind of stuff, but I wouldn't
That's funny.
expect that perhaps you'd want to eat this much.
I would probably have run out of goat by the time we got here.
You got to be goading me. No, I understand it.
No, and even if I was
Goading.
gonna eat this as a goat, I wouldn't want to do that because I don't want to eat any food from this realm. That's part of the reason why I'm glad I grabbed so many things from the different vendors.
Oh,
Great.
I have good berries for days. I'm good.
Good berry. Good
Do
berry.
you have a source of fresh berries that you've stashed away?
I don't need to eat.
Oh.
Believe I do.
To pretend like
Also, I should be able to just make. I make good berries, and they're only good for 24 hours, anyways.
Still, maybe we
you should have the
acquire
components
system,
necessary for good berry.
Okay.
If not,
of survival.
you could probably forage them. You're in a swamp. You could probably find blackberries.
We don't want to eat food here.
I
But I could
mean,
use the spell component to transmute it into something that isn't from here, to where I don't get caught in the loop.
Yeah.
Or we just amplify it. Either way.
Could I roll survival with advantage since it seems like Phalion isn't?
Oh,
what are you trying to do?
I'll figure out a way in, around, or on
you know
to
what?
these peoples.
What's your plus to it?
3.
+3? Okay, yeah, I'll do it then.
I am proficient in it.
Thanks
though.
for helping me.
I saw that roll, but I didn't see it pop. There it is.
Okay. So you don't exactly find
I'm gonna get a
any
slice of pizza.
easy way up. At least nothing that doesn't involve getting some amount of thorn action, As you look, though, you do realize that there is a silver, like, bird cage, some sort of silver metal basket, like a cage, hanging from the top of the tower. There seems to be a shape within it. You can't exactly tell from here. Maybe some sort of bird, though you catch flashes of a tail, so maybe it's actually some sort of lizard.
Oi, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, if only if Phalion points it out to me and gives me the opportunity to. If
Yeah,
he's
I would have.
first, then he can do it.
I would have pointed it out and said, "What do you think about that?"
In response, I would have been like, "Oi, Rapunzel, let down your hair."
As soon as you do, a rather like Sato voice, like loud enough for you to hear, but obviously trying to be quiet, says, "They'll hear you."
That was the point. Who's they? Who are you?
Serpents are asleep in the brambles just outside the tower door. If you awaken them, they might put the squeeze on you, or worse, devour me.
Oh shit.
Who are you?
He says, "Well, I'm in a bit of a bind, as you can observe. I, Sir Talamar,
Squeeze, bind.
as one of the Summer Queen's loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Bavlorna Blightstraw, fucking witches. What our balloon was set upon by an ill wind and set plummeting to its current unfortunate location."
We saw that. Are you missing a boot? Because we got it.
That boot belongs to my pilot, the Honorable Wigglewog.
The boot belongs to the pilot who, oh, come on, there's bees here. There's bees here. I just know there are.
He says, sadly, I don't think Sir Wigglewog made it. I think the serpents got to him first.
Sir Wigglewog is wasted away.
How would you go?
Miss?
He says, find a way to get me down. I have to tell my queen of the fall of Prismere.
You guys, Wigglewog is washed. He's washed.
Washed.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
How high up is he?
About 20 feet up. Like the tower's not that tall.
Would a fall really?
Maybe
hurt?
okay. Actually, he's at the tip of the roof, so it's probably like slanted the way it is. Probably like.
Are we gonna have to Kewi you?
No. Give me a second. So, fall damage. Do you think he could handle it?
Are you going to give him a good look? Like try to figure out what he is, because he didn't actually tell you what he is. So you're assuming what he's like, some kind of.
Yeah,
some kind of flying thing.
How sturdy is that cage?
It's made of metal. You can tell, some kind of gleaming metal, maybe even silver.
Silver, gleaming metal. So it's a white ore, something bendable.
Well, I mean, it's been fashioned into a cage.
Yeah, but if you built a cage out of like zinc and polished it up, I could still probably bend it.
Oh, sure. If it was zinc, you would absolutely be able to bend it. You get the impression that this is probably not zinc.
No.
Probably steel, but it's bright enough that it might be silver.
Yeah. It's definitely locked, isn't it?
You can't actually see an opening, so you're not exactly sure if that cage was like literally a cage, or if somebody took a bunch of metal and stuffed the dude in and then like clamped it shut,
Yeah. I could, and I suggest sort of out loud, I could gaseous form up there and cut the gate or cut the wire, and we could fall into the muck.
So if you're going to gaseous form up there, you could gaseous form up to the top part of the tower that's not falling.
No, absolutely. But I mean, like free
top of the tip, Yeah,
but we would want to free him. So like, I'd drop.
Right, I'm saying that from that position, you could, in theory, retrieve the cage from its mount and then free him on the side while you're still on the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but how is he going to get down?
Well, then you would have him, and you would be on the roof.
Yeah, but how is he going to get down?
Wasn't there one of you were saying something about a food that gives feather fall?
I can get down. I can just gaseous form right down, but dropping him is the only way I can see getting him down. And yeah, somebody was saying that, but I don't think I got that cookie.
Snipe, do you remember what food that was?
I got so many foods, man. Might be one of no. The sugar glass tulip was just sugar. I thought.
Yep, the tulip was just sugar.
I feel like I had a bunch of foods also.
Notes.
I have a blue frosted cupcake. I have evening berry wine.
Yep, the wine is cool, but its magic effect is not particularly useful.
I have a filter of love.
I think I ate.
I have a rod of lordly might, motherfucker.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Use that in combat or to
I have a sugar glazed mushroom.
wait. The lordly might, doesn't that make 100-foot pole?
I mean,
Holy
that's
shit,
what I
we
need
could
to
have
do.
gone to Lud.
Well, you gonna waste it that way?
No,
So,
you just revert it afterward.
Do I know the magic word?
Yeah, it's yours. You attune it. I guess you
shit.
probably haven't had time to attune it yet, have you?
Yeah, I'd have to stick it in my pillowcase or some shit, right?
Well, no,
Yeah.
we rested because we couldn't. The carnival was closed immediately after the tragedy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it was. You're right.
Oh, so
So-
I
yeah,
did stick
so-
it in my
yeah.
pillowcase, so now it's my rod
Yeah,
of
so
lordly
you're-
might?
Yeah, you're good to go.
All right, well, if I can use my rod to do rodly
Oh,
things.
yeah, 100 feet form. You can also get to
Oh,
the top.
was it
thing.
the Euphoria cookie?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
have your Oreo
We,
cookie.
we already
So
figured it out. We can Sun Wukong this. All he does is make 100-foot pole.
what's look up the stuff on the
I mean,
item
that's
just to
what all
be
the girls
sure.
want
I
me to
can't
do, right?
remember
Make
if it's a
100-foot
100-foot pole, but you should double check.
Yeah, you absolutely should. But I mean, we could elevator up, grab a hold of one of us, and then elevator back down.
Sure
The
enough.
only reason why I was wondering, yeah, I'd be on the roof of the tower, but the tower seems to be full of insidious people, and the person outside of the tower is maybe not so. Actually, he did say
Climbing pole, 50 feet long.
50 feet. Would that make it to him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
It would, in fact, be too far. You really only need about 35 feet.
Oh, great! So you could do it as a slope, so it's not just a straight fireman's pole
Yeah.
slide down.
Well, in fact, I mean, honestly, I don't want to tell you guys how to do it, but there's an obvious answer now that I know that you have that in your pack.
Oh, shit. I'm just going to be stupid about it, too. Of course I am.
What? Just to be able to grab it off the hook and have it slide down?
Bingo. you don't even have to climb up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Well then,
Use your superior wand.
you got the Brad.
Let's do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Can you make a?
I will give him guidance because I know he will need the
Guide me.
all the
Please
help he
guide
can
me.
get.
Yeah, I was thinking strength. I guess.
All right.
Let's call this DC 14.
Well, that's stuff.
Oh,
Oh, that's not going to do it.
But I got guidance, dude. To roll twice.
Okay, wait. What's your strength? +3?
17
Uh,
plus 3.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
Do
make
I
that
just
more like
pass?
a DC 12. No, you still failed that, but it's more like a DC
Roll
12.
again. How about that? The first time I did it and went, that's hard. Here. Now. And then I pulled it off.
Yeah, you had the depth gauge drawing, so you missed him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You get him hooked.
Damn right.
Can I have you roll stealth for me too?
Ow. All right, we're going to do a stealth right now.
I can't help you with that.
How about that? Oh, well, that's sucky.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, because you're not armored for stealth.
I'm not.
Okay. So you do manage to hook the cage. You get it off its hoist there. It begins to slide down the pole. But as it does, it shrieks against the metal of the pole.
Oh.
Imagine your worst 8-bit video game zip lining noise,
No. Can't be as such.
Yeah, and YOLO, you hear a rustling in the brambles from the other side of the tower.
Oh shit!
And then you begin to hear it on either side of the tower, very clearly closing on your position. And it is time for a toast.
My friends, it's time.
Yep. Are you streaming?
I'm gonna, in a minute, hit this button and hit go, and we're gonna be live for just a moment, just long enough that I can be Jimmy Mays. What's the name? Something
Wow.
Mays. Billy Mays. I'm gonna be Billy Mays real quick.
Hi, Billy Mays here with an amazing new deal.
Just what is it called? Just chatting.
Just for you.
Just chatting. That's what you call it.
Just chatting. Exactly.
Toast time. Is what I'm gonna post. It's gonna be toast time. I'm not even gonna do green.
Draw my sword.
I'm doing it right now. Here we go. We're going live right now. You're gonna be able to see my background. You're gonna be able to see my life, my place, my world. Here we are live. I think we're live right now. Hello, everyone. It's me. This is a dope crew hat, and I'm Omba, and this is my room. I live here. Look at it. This is where I spend my life. You want to prove that? I mean, shit, this is me. It's my life. Look, absorb it and soak in all you can. But no, I'm only here for a moment. I'm here to tip the dope hat to all of you watching and to say it's time to raise a glass. And I have a glass. Look, it's a tiny little red Solo cup. I'm not going to sing the song this time. I promise.
Do you tip it up?
It's a soak cup, actually. You don't have as much.
Will you party?
The whole thing, though, is that y'all should go to www.patreon.com/SkyWardStar, all those words. And if you go there, you'll witness that there are people there that support myself and Snipe Hunter making cool shit. And we send cool shit out to the world. And if anyone goes, no, you don't, it's been years. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong. I sent shit out just a couple weeks ago. Y'all got it. It was dope. Love you, mean it, get some cool shit, or don't. But if you want to be recognized, now is when we recognize all of our patrons who raise these glasses right now. And we say thank you.
Of our hearts.
Y'all are the best. Patrons of the arts. Be chuffed.
Cheers. Glory and good health.
Yeah. Good stuff. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Cheers, guys. Keep up the good work.
Woo. Actually, wow. Yabba dabba. Anyway, love you, mean it. That's the end of the stream. It's just here to welcome and to honor those that have given. And to thank. Honor and thank. Love you, mean it. Cheers. See you next week.
Be chuffed.
Bye.
We command you.
I drew my sword and I said blood and souls.
It's cool. We're done. We can keep playing now. Whoa! Wow, Midjourney just got weird on me. It's cool.
Yeah, actually, I like that. I saw it happen. I was liking it.
Did I not say black and white this time? I didn't. I said full color. I said full color. Wow! Look at these rabbit dudes. Those are sick. Oh, I'm so pleased. I love you, Midjourney. You're my favorite robot. Why does this rabbit have 3 ears? No.
Sponsor.
No, dude. If OpenAI wants to sponsor my stream, I'm happy to let you guys. I will do way more demonstrative shit. Way more demonstrative shit. That said, why does my rabbit have 3 ears and the skateboard have wheels only in the back? Very strange. Most of my skateboards.
Midjourney. Yeah, I like one of those skateboards has like 7 wheels.
7 wheels.
1, 2, 3, 4,
4 on one side and 1 on the exactly. 4 on the right and 1 on the left, right? None of these skateboards are like skateboards.
I bought a right one though. He's like riding a surf of rainbow colored vomit. Like
exactly. Yes. He's like, I am here for it, and I have 8 fingers. And then up in the left, we have like. I'm only 1 genetic step away from a possum, but I snowboard like a motherfucker.
My grandfather was a possum is really what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's almost right. Midjourney, you're doing a good try. You're doing a good try, my friend. My friend Midjourney. That's maybe I should make a record.
My friend Midjourney.
get in touch with MC Nugget, put something together.
Oh, that guy, MC Nugget. Psh,
There's a name I haven't
He's a
heard in a
fucking
very
punk,
long
man.
time.
Exactly. That guy's a punk. He's a punk. He
He
needs to
can't help
grow
it.
up.
He's too fried.
He needs to grow up. That's all I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah, MC Nugget needs to get his shit together.
Wow.
MC Nugget.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
hold
dudes-
on. I'm finding a suitable map for us.
Sure. I'm going to go AFK for a sec while you do that.
Yep.
If we're actually about to go into a combat, which it sounds like we are, would we be able to inside combat tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Or would this be a decent stopping point? Since you're having
This might be a decent stopping point, actually. That'll give me a time to generate a better map too.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be considerate of the GM.
No, it's all right. I'm not actually streaming live tonight, so I'm actually hanging out on Verde and Neuro's channels as a guest, and that's why I did my pop in for the toast.
See, now there is a name I can get behind. Map, generic underwater area.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what that map's for.
I know, huh? Maybe if there's an underwater part of your game, you use that map.
Maybe.
I like jokes aside. I wish there were more of those.
Oh, I 100% agree. I actually have
I would love to have generic swamp, generic forest, generic plains.
I'm not even kidding. I am the curator of a I'm the curator of a Pinterest page, and the Pinterest page is something, I think it's called like roadside encounters or something like that. It's something similar to that, but it's my Pinterest page, and I constantly get pinged with somebody loved a thing on your page, somebody pinned a thing on your page, blah blah blah, because I add shit to it every week. But all it is tactical maps for roadside encounters, for non-specific, like if you've got a giant ass skeleton titan or a big temple or whatever, I'm not saving that guy. That doesn't go into my page. My page
I totally get it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. My page is entirely roadside encounters, and apparently people love my pins because all I'm about is exactly what you just said. There should be more
because they're fucking useful.
Right?
Exactly.
They're super fucking useful. That's the entire reason I grabbed it, is so that I could readily be like, I'm making content for, I don't know, maybe a game, maybe an online game where I'm making content that needs to be able to be used in lots of places over and over again.
I literally have 6 pages in the images folder for this campaign with the name map in them.
Yeah.
You know how many of them show a swamp?
Yeah.
One?
I'm telling you, I could
0.
I was going to say, I should send you a link to my Pinterest, because this Pinterest is literally nothing but, you're traveling along the world in this place, and here you are, something happens. Like, it's all just roads and canyons and forks in the road and maybe a little carnival, or the very few times it's like, this is kind of specific, but never is it.
Here's one. Generic grassland. It's a shitty map, but you could make any battle work on this one.
Well, yeah. Well, and I do my best to actually curate good maps, not shitty maps, but they're all
just parking it up there. It's a swamp.
Yeah, they're all sort of like what I'm talking about. I wonder if I could find a way to link you to them, because it's just this passive thing I do.
Nighttime. Instant swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, some of them even are like that. Some of the ones that I like or that I put on my thing are like morning, afternoon, night, different colors and shit. They're just fucking dumbass maps,
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that's a nice map. Totally useless for this particular
nice map.
occasion.
Oh.
It's a nice map, though.
Ooh, that's a nice map. Ooh.
When you look through the maps that you get from places like Fantasy Grounds, you begin to understand how rare, that's a nice map, really is.
Indeed, right? I know, I agree.
So,
okay, so Sir Talavar, as it turns out, is a fairy dragon.
No.
Cute and annoying, but I will not say it out loud. I'll just say cute.
Yeah. He has burnished silver scales. Basically, he sort of looks like a miniature silver dragon, but with butterfly wings. And belted at his waist is a perfect to scale him, perfect to him scale sword, arming sword.
I'm gonna take him entirely seriously, even though.
Right, like if you were to hold that arming sword, it would be a pretty small dagger.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, also fairy dragons. It's just their entire existence is a snarf.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I have
if
to
you
take
release
snarf
him
seriously if I see them in IRL. So, yes.
right, I understand. But yeah, if you release him from his cage, he will flit up. Welcome back.
We're releasing the fairy dragon.
As I was about to say, what they realized is that Sir Talavar is a fairy dragon. He looks like a miniature silver dragon with butterfly wings. I guess they look more like moth wings because they're like white and black.
Right.
But,
Luna moth.
he's a silver fairy dragon, basically, right?
Yeah, looks like a Luna moth. They always will.
Belted at his waist in a scabbard is to his scale arming sword that he wears as a proud knight of someone or another. He hasn't actually explained himself other than to call himself Sir Talavar.
His queen.
And he did say he served a queen. You're right. I forgot about that.
The Summer Queen or something?
Yes.
Yep, exactly. Any of you can roll Arcana on the Summer Queen if you want.
Yeah, like a good idea.
That's a thing you might even know as players.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that actually.
Actually, have no idea.
This is one of the things that the DM put in the book before we all started. You guys remember?
Not even the DM. This comes straight out of 5e. The Summer Queen is one of the monarchs of the Sealy Court.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you guys, I remember this. It's from the Fae thing.
Faerun.
No, not Faerun. We're in Fae whatever, but no, it's from the Fae. It's from the Fae expansion. It's a goddess, or it's not a goddess. She's a fairy, and the fairies all think they're goddess. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, she's a queen of the Sealy Court.
At least we're doing a noble deed.
Sir Talavar, from what you can tell, seems like a pretty upstanding dude. At the very least, he's proud and what's the word I'm looking for? Not arrogant. I was going to say humble, but that's not accurate.
But I suppose we're gonna let him out before this fight happens. I kind of also have a question as I'm steeling myself, to get ready for battle, and I'm jokingly, crying out, blood and souls. This weapon hasn't tried talking to me or anything, right? I've been attuned to it for like a day or so.
That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's still a little bit, maybe. In fact, they're just snakes. Yeah, maybe I take out my whip instead. I take it out, cry out blood and souls, and then put it back. It's just for the meme, guys.
I mean, it is definitely the edgelord sword, so.
I don't know if it's cursed or not, I'll use it when I have to use it, and then, proc that quest line later. Get its, super good benefits when I absolutely need to, get its benefits, and then I can deal with the more ramifications of having a cursed demon sword or something later on.
Right. For what it's worth, you guys were able to identify it, and you don't recall there being anything cursed-like in what you learned about it.
Yeah, but Couldn't a demon hide from that kind of magic?
Maybe. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's impossible.
Yeah,
That's impossible.
me neither. I'm paranoid, man.
It's at best not
It's not-
implausible.
It's not the first time I've had a weapon that steals life. And you've
And
been my
talks to you while
DM.
you're sleeping.
That's true.
The other one talked. Yes, it did.
I'm just saying.
This one doesn't seem to yet.
Yeah, no, it hasn't spoken
This
to you
one-
thus far.
It hasn't been intrusive in my thoughts quite that I've understood.
Which is exactly why I'm going to try to gamify this, right? If it is cursed, then I'm only going to proc, the entity within with its, first bloodletting or whatever, like when I absolutely feel like I need to, so that
Right.
it's like, useful when I need it to be useful. And then,
guide you.
and then I
guide
can-
outside you, proc the enemy with it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop it. It was just there. It had to come out.
Oh God. But
Yeah, we're Rush fans, folks. You can just unsubscribe now.
Over a black sod.
Ooh, that's different. That's Conan, and we're also fans of that too. So nerds rejoice. Anyone else? Yeah, unsubscribe now.
There is nobody else, let's be honest.
You've stuck this long. You're nerds.
No, they went to sleep. They actually said goodnight. So okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
might
not
have somebody
streaming
else on
myself.
my stream.
Love you, mean it, friend. Nerd friend.
Yeah, no, Watson said something right before you turned up, Neuro, and that was that maybe we should call it here at the beginning of battle.
Indeed, nerd friend.
Oh man, I forgot. I totally forgot an important detail. Sir Talavar has just the worst Guy Fawkes stash.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about his
Sure.
little dick out.
Yeah, it's absolutely snarf. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a fairy
no,
dragon, so no pants.
Exactly. No pants, just the sword and belt.
But
So his dick is
Dragons-
hanging out.
dragons do have a sheath, so it's like it.
Wow.
It's hidden. Not dragons, but lizards, rather.
Right.
tend
Right.
to have
Right,
like a-
right.
No, I hear what you're saying. It's a cloaca, right? Yeah, he's got the cloaca.
No, a
one.
cloaca is a butthole.
That's fucking grim, dude.
Cloaca is a bird butthole, and that's completely different. I don't know if
Oh,
lizards
gotcha.
actually have a cloaca or not.
Yeah, they do.
Gotcha.
You did have to click through an 18-year-old plus thing to get here.
We're
but you
just talking
probably-
biology, man.
You probably also should have had to click through a nerd fucking gate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we're not live right now on the Dope Crew, but if we were, I would absolutely set up a nerd gate. We need one.
I'm not sure I'd actually pass it. I'm not sure I'm nerdy enough for this group anymore.
You would absolutely pass a nerd gate, Watts.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I'd fail myself. Anyways, are we actually going to continue the combat tonight, or are we going to call it here and reconvene?
No, we'll call it here. Like, honestly, we might be able to get it done in about 12 minutes, but I don't think we're going to get it done in about 12 minutes. So we'll call it here.
All
That's
right.
what she said.
Well, thank you for playing, gentlemen.
Thank you for DMing.
Welcome to Hither.
Absolutely.
They're
Thanks for
actually
Dungeon
on a
Mastery.
new map. Like, huge milestone.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Look at us making progress.
we're about to go into a combat.
We're doing this
Yeah.
in hops and leaps.
I
Right.
still think we only have one hand's worth of combat in this
Pause.
game.
Pause. They're pause.
I'm just saying
Well,
we're
for
still
you,
in
yeah.
like the single digits.
Well, for you, anyway.
Yes, you are still in the single digits on encounters. That is correct.
That's true.
Combat encounters. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
That's what he meant.
I've only played with the combat sins so many
To be
times.
fair, as a party, you guys are generally more diplomatic than martial.
Yeah, we are.
Fair enough.
So,
Especially
like, that's
considering that
not
we're us.
unusual for y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a paladin, really. I'm me playing a paladin.
I'm a barbarian.
Right, but we
But I
don't
mean,
get into bar fights because it's you. It's Verde behind the barbarian.
Right.
Right, the stoic, the actual stoic.
Verde's the most
No, he's a
diplomatic one of all
barbarian.
of us.
I mean, by class, but he's actually a stoic. So,
I
Yeah,
wear pants.
he says a lot more than bar, bar, bar. I
right,
assure
no,
you.
he's actually pretty sharp. But if you really make it like, if you made him mad, he'd go barbarian. But it's really hard to make a stoic mad. So,
I go barbarian because of the necessity of the responsibility at the point of time. I go barbarian.
Exactly. Mechanically, it is time for me now to go barbarian and kick an ass. So, I apologize in advance for my behavior.
I feel enraged by these actions, and I believe I am validated in these feelings.
It's all I can stand. It stands no more.
Exactly. So,
Rome
I'm gonna
must be
ask-
protected by protected
for
from the
permission.
Germans, and thus Marcus Aurelius.
In, this,
The Germans.
in these particular circumstances, I'm going to have to kick an ass.
The philosopher barbarian is awesome because talking is a free action, so it's just every fucking fight begins with
the soliloquy, right?
principle. Yeah,
Every round
exactly.
has a soliloquy, and I wouldn't have had to break your nose if only you had stood down when I first assailed your fucking flawed reason, right? Like,
That's nerd rage.
bam!
Yeah, nerd rage. That's great. Exactly.
I love it. I'm gonna write that. If I ever reproduce TFOS, I'm gonna put nerd rage in as an actual fucking skill.
Yeah,
That'll be one of those. Oh, you chose humans, so you don't get any of the alien powers. Cool. This is one of your knacks.
Right.
Nerd
Exactly.
rage is a knack.
nerd rage, and then have it like based on whatever skill that you're in. So it's like nerd rage
Yeah.
philosophy. You know,
Right. Well, I was figuring it's all philosophy, but you pick a school.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Materialist. Right. Stoic.
Yeah.
Epicurean.
No, I mean, if you're going to realistically capture nerd, then you also need like pop culture, sci-fi.
Sure
you know
enough.
what I mean? Like,
Right, but pop culture is just what's his face with the 12 angry X's, you know, or it's whatever. I don't know how many angry X's Scott Pilgrim had to fight, but that's the guy, Scott Pilgrim.
Pat Oswalt doing the speech in the city council about Star Wars. You know,
Yeah, I sure know.
Well,
All right
Well.
Love you, mean it.
then. Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
for the
for
fun,
watching,
everybody.
everybody.
we're going to play next week, or are we skipping?
I like the idea of that.
I'll be around.
I'd be up.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's plan for it.
I
Sweet.
Rock on. Then see you later, everybody.
catch you later, Bill
Good
and
night,
Ted.
everybody.
Gory
I
and
threw a
good
funny
health to
thing
you.
in the chat that